Hi guys, it's Mike Short with Storz. Hope you guys are good. I am doing a quick video for you on the setup of the VTOM 3D and just wanted to go through everything with you. First of all, the two things that you need to make sure that you have is one is the Enriched Trial, which is equipment. It's the video tower, and on the bottom there are two drawers down here that have the VTOM 3D scope and also the holding arm for the joystick. And the 3D glasses are in there. So everything you need is if you have this tower and you also have the VersaCrane arm that holds the actual scope itself. Those are the two things you need to pull from Core 5. When you get those into the room, it's a normal video setup. You're going to take your tower and plug that into the boom back here on the pigtail, and then you would go to your routing screen and you're going to route your endoscopic camera to whatever designation that you want to have. A key thing is that you also have to make sure that you set your AIDA up and that your AIDA is receiving the signal and that you have it on behind you. Just push out your screen and hit your rocker switch, it'll turn on, and you want to make sure you see the endoscopic image on that when you turn it on. So from another setup standpoint, typically they're going to turn the patient head to the right, and there's a couple things that you need to have set up when you do this. One is the setup for the pilot. You're going to have an attachment to the bed rail to hold the pilot. You're going to want that attachment on the bed before you start draping. It just makes life a lot easier. Typically, you're going to kind of have it low, and in order to put this on, this is all, you're going to do this all before it's draped once the patient is asleep. I'm locking it. So you're going to set this up, set your arm up. This loosens all the joints to your arm, so you can tighten this down, and then make sure that this is in the open position, and then take this and put it down into place. You'll hear it snap into place, and then you're going to lock it in when it's there. And then you're set up on that. There are two drapes that you'll use. One of them is for this, and it's basically a big dust cover drape. It's just a big long drape that you're just going to take and pull over top of it. Once you've got that, you can actually get everything set up on the VersaCrane for the actual VTOM scope itself. And when you do it, you're going to have your cords. Your light cord is going to be in the bottom drawer along with your scope. You can feed this all into these small hooks that are on the VersaCrane to keep them out of your way. You're going to plug have your light cord into the back of the VTOM. And then in order to set this up, there's a groove that is all the way around on the VTOM. You're going to open this by pushing these two small ears in, and that's going to open it. And there's a groove right here that'll fit in to this groove on the VTOM scope. You're going to hold it into place. Be very careful. It is a bit heavy. And you can take it, snap it down, and you want to hear it click in. It'll lock into place like that. Once it locks, it's not going to come undone, but you should be able to rotate it with no problem like that. So everything's there, and then you're going to pull your other drape that you're going to want to use to cover the VTOM. And when you get this drape out, I've already undone it a little bit. It's going to look a little bit more like this. It's going to be like this when you get it. You're going to want this purple, or this blue tab, sorry, colorblind, facing the ceiling. You're going to undo this away from you. You're going to get your wings out and move it like that, and then pull up on this, and you want to find your way into this component where the head of the scope is actually going to go. Now, with microscope drapes, I know you pull it back. With this one, you don't. You're actually going to keep it on as is, and it's going to be this drape is actually just going to feed onto the microscope like this. You're going to find its way onto the VTOM, onto the head of the VTOM, and then you're just going to attach it in like that. And then this whole thing will then feed back over top to be sterile draped. when you're done with it, obviously the drape can go and be taken off and thrown away. Just so you guys are aware, your left-right buttons on this toggle between 2D and 3D. Typically we keep it on 3D, but if you ever need to do that, I would suggest at the beginning of the case, before you get too far, and Dr. Fleming usually has typically been doing this in the past, has been setting all this up before it's draped and kind of doing a flyby on it, where the patient's here, he gets everything set and takes a look at the screen and starts to play a little bit with the pilot to make sure that everything's working. Pulling in and out on this will zoom, that's your zoom function, in and out. If you turn left and right on this, that is your focus function. And as you zoom in, you can also move it as a joystick and pan around the different parts of the image. That's stuff that Dr. Fleming will all know about as you're doing it. So you do have to record these cases. That's critical for as a part of the study. So you do definitely want to record them and be able, and he will supply with the thumb drive at the end of the case. When you hit, when the case is over, you can hit finish case, and it will ask you what you want to do. You can put the thumb drive in, it'll automatically go and tell you if you want to go to a USB drive, you'll click that, it'll automatically take that information and start burning it onto that. If you ever have any questions, of course, Sonny's around, I'm around, you can give us a call. Sonny's giving me a dirty look as we speak, and I think that's about it. All right, if you need anything, just give us a shout.